gentlemen, Daryl Vaz got caught with his foot in his mouth. And said the eagle sharp already. So we have the evidence to back up what I'm saying. You understand? And we're going to play it right now for you. So without any further ado, please remember to like the video, share the video. If you haven't already, subscribed to the platform and click the bell and click all so you can get all notifications that you won't miss a video. Like so many of my wonderful subscribers that miss videos of mine every day. Alright, Jamaican big up. Say my father knew Bustamante in Cuba. By my father's account, he was an informant and a money lender. Oh! Tap up the likes there for me, people. Tap up the likes. Godson big up. Everybody big up on both platforms. He was married to what? Joseph said he was married to a man. You know something I don't know. We are move on to Daryl Vaz. Not too terrible. We are move on to Daryl Vaz. People, some serious allegations has been levied at Daryl Vaz. Now we're going anti-match block and we have to examine it. Let's go. Listen to this.
So this are too much for the people them bear in Jamaica. Yeah. This are too much for the people them in Jamaica. This man I get up and if you not step on and you're not spilling guts, right? Yes. Right? So this man get up and think no him hear bunting talk. So him think no him have a leverage. So water and fish headless and big mama them call him and fish headless them right where them are right. Because when read out a fish headless right that. You know water. Cause him read out fish headless right when talk, you know. When they put him word and everything. And it's easy. You can identify them by them word, them move, everything. By that, even them writing. Because him write and him don't know if it's style people and talking and writing a different way, different poem talk, him don't know that. So me can't
embarrassing.
You know
he needs some milk.
You know, piece of shit. Yes. Alright. Yeah man. Invalid. But when me just said a while, I'll press full. This guy leave, I'm not sure to say him a liar. No one sure. I'm gonna put up this first. The first thing I want to put up, I'm gonna make a year chat to Dear Jackson Miller. Right? So I'm gonna put up this first. Now put up this first. Yeah, I'm gonna put up this first. I'm gonna look at no, I'm gonna look on the bus and then I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look on this, look on the name of the thing where I'm carrying the thing then, right? So I'm gonna put up that first. And they will give him some advice. We'll give some free solicit advice. See? Yeah, man. Don't be too now going to some free advice. Alright, we can move. This we can prove say you in Canada, you know, brother. This is June, brother. The 30th of June, you see it? Daryl Vaz in Canada. And this was 4 days before. So you don't know, so I have a screenshot of you in Canada, brother. You never know. Don't. And a bus here, look. See, you put up the bus there, man.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
See that?
Embarrassing.
You notice, me make you see the timestamp when I have it. Him don't know say me have this. Cause for me in the place, him put it up with screenshot that I have it. And see that timestamp, me show you the timestamp. So we have a competition with you, Daryl Vaz. We are on competition. Canada are on competition with you. Forget boss, brother. See, me show it bigger. See that? Timestamp, I'll show you, you know. Hold on, let me show you this. Hold on, let me move this first. Let me show you something in Canada. See that people, this is what I put up. And you see, 4 days. See there? It's in Daryl Vaz. I see tick is in Canada. And him show with the bus. We can't beat and me have it. Him don't know so me have this, you know. I release, but that's I release it now. You know, this is everything we release. Because you have to run like the feds. So you have to get that information. Run as me get that information. See? Remember me tell you something, I have something that may talk or something, it jerk up the whole place. That's true, man. Remember me not do tablet. But we know when to release things and when to not. And then you have certain things where you have to try clean for release it. Because remember you know, give up people. No, him put up this. Him don't know so we have it. I could have put up this by itself. But you wanna see when him there in the place. Yeah. You wanna see when him there at the place, in come and look bus and take the picture for the bus.
Yo, somebody said they don't understand the language. Well, it's Jamaican. What he's saying is that this person, the Minister of Transport, Daryl Vaz, was in Canada. And he posted when he was in Canada. And he was in Canada for 4 days. And he was looking for school buses to purchase in Canada. A lot of people don't know he was in Canada, but because Mr. Lonesome lives in Canada, he was... Mr. Lonesome monitors all of these people. Their movements and everywhere they go. Alright? CJ, what? CJ, what's her name? CJ Brogdon too. He is pissed off. That's a fact. So, this is important because of what he's gonna say further down. Alright, so let's listen.
Then when I come talk about Canada, we are on competition with you. May I teach you something about Canada too? May I wipe out that? So see there? See there? Me have this from the 30th. You see when that reached me? And in there 4 days. See my Daryl Vaz in Canada, 4 days. You see it?
Somehow Canada and him and Jamaica is bidding for the same school buses that he brought out. So he's suggesting that the school buses are at such high quality that even Canada was bidding for them. But Mr. Wayne Lonesome is gonna debunk that. Yankee bless, big up. Let's continue.
Alright. So when yes. So Canada no compete with Daryl Vaz. I remember me say so, you know. Remember play that first before me show you it. Remember play where him say with Canada first. Not my word. Because I remember me no do tabloid. Yeah, where him said to Dean Jackson yesterday.
Concerns raised by the opposition to school buses bought from the United States by the government for rural school routes. So first of all, the status of the buses. They are buses that have been retired from fleets in the States. Can you explain that for us?
So I explained that today that is not the fact. The fact is that these buses that we are bought are buses that are coming out of certain of the areas that they serve in the system, because the government of the United States has a policy where they actually give grant money to the bus operators and manufacturers to encourage the changing out of buses on a regular basis. So
listen, I have to pause right there. So first him say the buses are not being retired. Then him say one bag of gibberish and then lead back to the buses being changed out. Then if you change them out and retire them, sir. Is it just me? Is it just me? Bro, stop the cap, bro. Stop.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Hey, who mans is this? Oh, mans is this?
Listen to me. If you retire a bus from a system that it was working, or you change it, you have retired it. How did it become available for you to buy if it was still in use? Why can't he just be honest and say, you know, these buses are retired? He's acting like somebody is lying about that. They are retired out of the system that they were in. Yes, thank you very much. Jamaican. So they change out the buses because their depreciation and high maintenance costs. So they want brand new buses. And all the PNP saying, why you guys never buy brand new buses? Remember, you know, according to Daryl Voss, you know, it's 1 year maintenance, you know. Them buy for the bus, them, you know. After that, them depend them own, you know. I don't think you heard what I said. 1 year maintenance was bought for the buses. The $1.4 billion is included in that cost. So then get 1 year warranty. 1 single year. After that, we are on our own. So why is he, p-footing around the fact that the buses are retired? And listen what I'm saying again. Me can't believe. Listen what I'm saying again.
The government of the United States today that is not the fact.
It's rural school routes. So first of all, the status of the buses. They are buses that have been retired from fleets in the States. Can you explain that for us?
So I explained that today that is not the fact. The fact is that these buses that we are about are buses that are coming out of certain of the areas that they serve in the system, because the government of the United States has a policy where they actually give grant money to the bus operators and manufacturers to encourage the changing out of buses on a regular basis. So
it's a government like Jamaican government, central government deal with this. You have different states, you have governors, and it break down. So you have to know who deal with the boss. So when I talk about everybody deal with them thing different, it matter bullshit. Let me tell you this. It matter bullshit. Yeah? So even if you change it by the waivers, that means you retire it. Okay. So, but when I talk about change frequently, the government now give money say buy a bus, so you change it. That is bullshit. Yeah? Alright. Continue.
It doesn't mean that because they're being changed out now, that it's because they're at end of life or any such thing. It is just a matter that there's incentives for that industry in terms of the actual school bus operations in the United States of America.
And that's because they want their buses in the school bus system to be as new as possible. Would not be so?
That's correct. And
all right.
What happens is that they go into...
They end up slapping me now. That because they want the bus as new as possible. You know? Yes, that's correct. So, you say not old bus. I'll tell them that the oldest set of bus them got to come. Yeah? Alright, continue. You're not talking about Canada now. So, I have to travel properly.
That is funny, honey. That's funny. Oh my God, that is funny.
For that industry, in terms of the actual school bus operations in the United States of America.
And that's because they want their buses in the school bus system to be as new as possible. Would not be so?
That's correct. And
all right.
What happens is that they go into...
They end up slapping me now. That because they want the bus as new as...
Buses are retired because the states want the buses to be as new as possible. And the question is, why does the Jamaican government don't want the same for our children? And then the prices of these buses, $1.4 billion for 110 bus. When you do the calculation, that is too much for these level of buses. These are what you call undesirables. But let's continue.
No, yes, that's correct. So, you say not old bus. I'll tell them that the oldest set of bus them got to come. Yeah? Alright, continue. You're not talking about Canada now. So, I have to travel properly. You can't talk about a country like that, man. You cannot do that. We're not allow that. Continue.
So, into other areas, other private school bus operators, and also they are in demand. As a matter of fact, these buses that we bought, we competed with Canada.
Do you hear this? Them in demand, so I'm competed with Canada.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying.
These buses that we bought,
Stop.
we competed with Canada.
did you say? Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
School bus operators, and also they are in demand. As a matter of fact, these buses that we bought, we competed with Canada.
Hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now, stop playing. Support, support, support. The like button is free, heard?
Cannot do that. We not allow that. Continue.
So into other areas, other private school bus operators, and also they are in demand. As a matter of fact, these buses that we bought, we competed with Canada.
You hear this? Them in demand, some competed with Canada. So you have to buy some bus. Don't think about it. Canada build bus. And we are going fully electric. I'm not going to show you. We are going fully electric. You see, you have to stop these things. Stop these things. You know, say you chat bullshit. I'm going to fact check you. This is another time where you can't go around and tell you lie, you know. We know you are telling lie decades now. Decades. People know you are telling lie for decades, brother. Lies. And you continue. Right? You are competing, or you are competing with Canada. Jamaica have the kind of money. You yourself, with 1.8 billion Jamaican, gonna compete with Canada. Canada buy all boats with them feet. You idiot. Look here. No, I'm not tired, you know. But let me just teach him before we flagging this, because that touching, and this year, this for country. Yeah,
that
this
is
better.
funny,
so
honey.
I'm for Canada. I'm going to teach him something about Canada. Because,
oh my God, that is
let
funny.
me teach you a quick thing about Canada. Because him don't know. So I'm going to just teach you, because you're very out hard, you know. Very out hard. So I'm going to teach you about Canada. Can I come back to the bus? I'm going to teach you something about Canada, right? This is a Canada bus system. Maybe, you know, you're very out hard. Very out hard. So this is a Canada bus system. Read that. Facts. You see much bus? Not 40, 51,000. You see much kids?
Embarrassing.
We
need some milk.
Listen. I don't want to stop the thing so much, you know. But this is very embarrassing. How Daryl Voss open up his mouth and say Canada is competing with him for these buses, when Canada is looking to go to electric buses, and them already have electric buses, and them are go fully electric bus by 2040 according to this document. The man have 51,000 bus, 2 million children. I could do the maths on that. 2 million plus children. Call it a 2.5 million children, see? And that we are going to do, you know, we are giving them the highest number we think. So 2.5 million children. Right? Divided by 51,000. Right? 49,019. No, oh Lord, I did not do that right. Sorry, guys. 51,000 I said. Sorry. That is more like it. No, this bus system is a good bus system. Each of those bus carry an average of 49 kids, which you can hold. I just divided 51,000 by 2,500,000. You see, a real bus system in terms of the amount of kids them have versus the buses. Them buses have to make 2 trips, 1 trip from any location, every single school good. 1 trip. You understand? Them not take 2 trips, 1 trip. So they can make sure so they carry all the kids to school. So they are going to have adequate amount of buses for each school on the route them so they can get to school on time. Daryl Voss, pay attention. Let's continue.
Where I go? Yeah? Where I go, full, let me show you. Facts. Now get a facts check. You're very out hard. See that? We have a fully electric by them thing there. See that?
Big up Black Barbie, you know. Somebody, Jamaican say, Vaz forgot to say that he was competing with farmers in Canada for the buses. He says that these buses are used to transport farm workers. Me backside. You know, so me can't bother. No.
Hereby wish the CESBA want all new buses to be electric, brother. See it here. I sell them the two. One go electric. But when I buy old bus. And if you look on Canada, we build bus. But you get to send for your 2 out of man. So look how much bus we have. I mean, I show the kids then. I mean, I see the diesel bus. Share of diesel bus. 70%. Can we have electric bus right now? But 70% are still diesel. We want to get rid of them. So 70% of this enough bus we have to get rid of.
Woo! Adapted.
So you tell me, say Daryl Vaz, Canada where I try to get rid of bus them. 70% of them are old bus. Right? Or bus they already are used. So you tell me, say them I try to buy more old bus for the school bus system. Or is it like my friend said in the chat, ABR News Wagwan? No, sir. This not normal. No, Daryl, you have to stop it, huh? Daryl, you must stop it. You have to do it. So, Canada have 70% bus where I use electricity. 30%, sorry. 70% of them are old bus. By 2040, them are look for move completely to electric bus. And you, Daryl Vaz, are trying to convince we, the Jamaican people, say Canada was competing with you for these old buses. And they are old because them can't new if them just don't come off of the lot. As soon as a vehicle move from off of the lot, it's being depreciated. These are the facts. These are the facts. Lena Wallace, big up. So them are trying to use. These guys are trying to use semantics, wordplay, right? To try and say, no, the bus them not really old, but them old still cause them have 134,000 mileage for the. No, wait, it have 170,000. No, wait, it have an average of. Them keep moving the goalpost, and we're gonna get into it. We're going to get into it. We're not even beginning yet, trust me. Stick around, like and share the video. No, sir. You people are terrible here, man. Listen to this.
You to water that is the one and get rid of them. So 70% of this enough bus we have to get rid of. Yeah? We want to go full electric by 15 years time. You to water that. You to water that. By 15 years, remember put it up big. See that? By 15 years time, we want to go full electric. Yeah? We want to go full electric. Well, our new buses can be changed, a new bus. Now all bus. Can you imagine? People hear this? Can you imagine? We have changed up the bus system because I clean a place and everything, right? And you want to go.
Ooh, one of my contributors in the chat, my moderator said, mileage can be rigged before the buses get here. Ooh, question the integrity. Questioning the integrity of the buses. Ooh. And when you look at, well, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to jump the show. Yo, I'm going to keep that in mind when you say Black Barbie. Big up yourself for that comment there. Let's move on.
And say Canada now compete to get the old junk them to put in our system. Him don't even know how we build bus. Go look how we build it. Eh? Yeah, so Canada compete with him, so the bus them where him get him win it, him buy them over Canada. We have the money, we have the know-how, we build vehicle for the United States too. Market. We build a lot of things in Canada for over there. So. Eh? Him so disrespectful. That him go up and D and Jack similar to a crap. Eh? So this make us rub him out. That a crap. That a disrespect. Yeah? And that show them no know where my talk say, you know. I'm not sure this boss thing I go on from. If they try to play politics with it, but them say I wait for thief and make money. Them say I wait for thief and make more money. So them come up with them too much thing. A garbage. You understand? A PR. A garbage.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Canada compete.
Get them, and to get the amount, along with Panama, Guadeloupe, quite enough.
Them a compete with Panama and remember, you know, you ask him if him did there when him buy the bus then. Can come look bus in Canada. See me just showing it, you know, timestamp. Panama, Guadeloupe. Me there Panama, me think that like them place them run it like bus, like yes. Yeah? Yes. Them run the bus in Panama. Come there Panama City and them some of them all bus there. Yeah, let me buy it. You understand? Me can't tell you this. See? So them run them they like normal bus. Okay? That man out that yeah, when just yeah.
So it doesn't mean that because they're being changed out now, that is because they're at end of life or any such thing. It is just a matter that there's incentives for that industry.
He might tell you all the world thing. I remember he doesn't tell you something out of it, you know.
So I went online to chat with the missionaries, and they
That is funny, honey. That's funny. Oh my God, that's funny.
He might tell you all the world thing. I remember he doesn't tell you something out of it, you know. And if he says, so you buy the bus, I you this, him can't tell him, I tell you who them run with the knock, and I think be a bullshit. Brother, let me tell you something. But then I know what two different things. We can't fax check you. You can't this one country, brother. You can't do that. You can't do that. What about Canada 100%? You can't do that. Canada our country. Yes? So you cannot this Canada. You understand? We're only to account and only foot to the fire. You can't this no Canadian, you can't this Canada government, not at all. We are back it up 100%. Don't run with me. You're too out. See? Watch.
So school bus operations in the United States of America.
And that's because they want their buses in the school bus system to be as new as possible. Would not be so?
That's right. And
all right.
What happens is that they go into other areas, other private school bus operators, and also they are in demand. As a matter of fact, these buses that we bought, we competed with Canada to get them and to get the amount, along with Panama, Guadeloupe, quite a number of countries. Nothing.
So you take up 1 month and you compete with Panama, so you take Canada for your old young country.
Yo, Black Barbie is on one today. Black Barbie says incentive of people leftovers. You're a what an idiot. I use me try myself if I laugh at that one. No. What kind of incentive is there for people to retire buses? The only incentive is that, brother, they don't want it for themselves and they must see if they can get one money for it. You understand? And in some cases, those buses are suitable for certain things. But to carry students, no. Because it's not up to par for the United States, so it shouldn't be up to par for us, Jamaica. See, you know, it's funny how this government says they're going into prosperity, but they keep buying old stuff. Prosperous people don't buy old things. As a matter of fact, prosperous people don't like seeing nothing old unless it's an antique with value only per money, where they can get more money pan, like painting and stuff like that, artwork, creative work. But not all buses, bro. If a rich man have a bus him have long time and it's running good, him have it long time and it's running good. But him not gonna take up his money for go buy one old vehicle, bro. Them not doing it, bro. So where is the prosperity Daryl Vaz and Andrew owners? Why we not buy old bus that other countries like the United States is not looking at? Them I sell them, I try to sell them out. And somebody tell me say farmers then use. Yeah, junkyard Jamaica, right? Somebody tell me say a farmer then use and carry farmers with in a Canada then bust it. And that would make sense. Farm workers. That would make sense. Eh? We say have something to drop soon. Yo, the way I see that started. Let's continue.
See to water, then in the yama this way.
Daryl Vaz give a figure in $1.4 billion for 110 buses, you know. So you can average that out and it include maintenance for 1 year. You want 1 year maintenance with parts and rate. Yes. So yeah, you can max out that. Per average at $12.7 million for one bus then. That's way too much money. Way too much money. This worse than the drill scandal, you know? This worse than the drill scandal, believe.
Yeah, man, this way. Eh? Yeah, more than lie. But these are lies. They are not believing in them, you know. Yeah.
Specific to Jamaica buying these buses as a single purchase for a country.
What's the age we're talking about and mileage?
So the age and mileage is between 8 and 15 years old. The mileage.
You reach 15 now, but you don't stay with 8 and 10. What happened?
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
No, Mr. Vaz. No, Mr. Vaz. No, Mr. Vaz. Me go play the tape now. Me go play the tape now. Me want to listen to the first few minutes of Daryl Vaz, you know. I run off him mouth, you know. You understand me? I say, only listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. When him there at the press conference, me make sure say me tape you and post, you know. Only listen to this. Listen to Daryl Vaz.
Of last week. 4 more are en route to Jamaica, and 18 more will be delivered on July 14th, and 28 each will be delivered on the 22nd of July, and the 30th, and the 29th of July. So, in essence, all 110 school buses will be here by the end of July. Among the batch of buses will be 47 small units, 32-seater, with engines designed to navigate remote areas, 38 mid-sized buses, which have 54 seats, and 25 buses designed to seat 72 people each. So the configuration is 3 different types of buses, obviously because of the assessment of the terrain that we will be traversing. As it permits, 10,000 pertains to the rural transportation system, I gave a commitment that I will also reiterate. The current activity represents phase 1 of the system. We intend within 2 years to import an additional 200 to 300 buses to serve the additional 625 schools with a student population of over 300,000. It is in the intention of the government to actively pursue the possibility of the introduction of not only refurbished buses, but also new buses, as we are doing for the JUTC. This government and this minister will deliver on his commitment to put in place a safe, affordable, and convenient system which provides quality service to our children and reduces cost to parents. Let me now deal with the criticism, if you want to call it that, from those members of the opposition. The ministry has taken note of the criticisms in the public domain coming from the ranks of the opposition regarding the plans being pursued to deliver a rural school bus system for Jamaica. The buses have been dubbed old by the opposition who have also alleged that the buses are being brought in to kill off Jamaican picnic. Let me state categorically that July 5th and 6th, 2025
are among the saddest and darkest days in our history, based on these wicked, evil statements made particularly by
Mark Rowland and Peter Bunting.
So Daryl Vaz, the 24-day them in a June at Jubilee Hospital where they pity them dead. The premature pity them dead in the hospital. That are the darkest days them in a Jamaica history. And when them say they bust them all, and when our concern about the safety of the kids them, you know say you have a reverse mentality. You only major in your mind, you know. Things you know claim to say is like the dark days. Like when Andrew Warner said that it's dark days because the man build some shop for some Mr. Hassan build some shop. Wanna say dark days are the dark days in Jamaica. But when Andrew Warner statutory declaration can't file and him a run for office and him a sue the Integrity Commission, these are not the darkest days. Well, let's continue. I just wanted to add that. I wanted to throw that in there. Yes, I'm petty.
It is simply bad mind on steroids. I wish to categorically reject these allegations as false, reckless, and a desperate attempt to use our children to attain power at any and all costs. This must never be forgotten, and they must be judged and rejected out of hand for these wicked and evil thoughts. And a simple press release, which was sent out a few minutes ago ahead of my press conference, will not take them off the hook for this. Concerning the ages of the buses purchased, as we move to roll out the school bus system, let me lay out some facts. I'm advised that the average age of registered motor cars currently in the public transport system in Jamaica is an average of 14 years old. Prior to the recent purchases, the average age of JUTC buses in the fleet was 14 years old. I'm further advised that currently the average age of registered buses in the wider public transport system is 18 years old. And these figures are coming from the ITA and the Transport Authority. So these are legitimate figures and not something that I'm just picking out of a hat. The average age of buses being purchased under the Rural Transportation Bus Initiative is 10 years old. Some are below 10 years old, as low as 8 years old. The opposition has described the buses being purchased.
Daryl said the average age of the buses is 10-year-old. What more want him to do is more want him to qualify what I mean by that. More want him to qualify what I mean by the average age. Because average, you know, average is funny, you know. Right? Averages is funny because you have how much of the bus them is 14 years old, Daryl? How much of the bus them is 14 years old? Because if you have 60% of the bus them are 14-year-old, you know, and you have 40%, you know, are 8-year-old, you know, you can average off a 10-year-old, you know. If you understand what I say, you know, most of the bus them can be old, you know. So when I use averages, he's not being cogent. To me, he's being facetious. You understand? He might be, you know, that little wordplay something there. You remember when Andrew said, you know, I am not, it's not a lie. And that type of vibes then. It's not a lie. The average age is 10 years old. And some of the buses are under, it's like 8 years old. But Daryl, how much of the buses is over 14 years old, Daryl? If any. Can we get all the ages of the buses, Daryl? Can we get all the transcripts of the buses? Alright, if them have 5 of the bus them, a 17-year-old. Bro, you lied to us. 5 of the buses. If 10 of the buses them are a 16-year-old, you lied. And I'm saying if. If, I don't know, you can have couple of the bus them at 18-year-old and it can still average, when you average 110 buses, with some of them being 8-year-old, you can still average at age of 10 years old for the bus them put together. Daryl Vaz and the government is acting like there's no risks involved, and the concerns that the People's National Party have is unfounded concerns, and them just bad mind on steroids. But let me hear him say yes again in this one, because at 8 and 10 average me here now. Let me hear him say yes.
8 and 15 years old.
Age we're talking about and mileage.
So the age and mileage is between 8 and 15 years old. The mileage
15-year-old Daryl. Oh, we move from average at 10 and 8 to hold on there. Breaks. You crack one code right there, so. The Eagle crack one code right there, so hold on.
single purchase for a country.
What's the age we're talking about and mileage?
So the age and mileage is between 8 and 15 years old. The mileage
8 and 15-year-old in the people. At 8 and 10-year-old, the man tell, so they walk one. At 8 and 10-year-old, Daryl Vaz tell me a while ago in the press conference, you know. So how you move? When did he do this interview? Now you see him there. How you move from 8 and 10? Why the number have fluctuate and a change? Sorry guys. Why is the number fluctuating and changing, Daryl Vaz? How is that happening? But we are gonna left. Hold on, I could hear about it. I could hear about the other part. Hold on.
You reach 15 now, but you don't stay with 8 and 10. By you reach at the end.
is from a low of 60,000 miles to a high of 160, 170,000 miles. As I went.
The man just said on a minimum of 60,000 miles to a maximum of 160, 170,000 miles. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to know the vehicles that are at 160 and 70,000 miles. Why did they buy those vehicles? How much did those vehicles cost? 160,000 miles? How much year old is that vehicle? How much years it have left? And how is a 15-year-old vehicle with a potential of 160 miles? How is a vehicle like that be considered new vehicles? How is that even possible? Is there a new definition of new? But if it's a new definition of new, then the definition itself cannot be new, because them change the definition of new. So how is the new definition of new going to be new? The last time I checked, new mean fresh off the blade, not lot. You understand? You have refurbished, you have repaired, but the man said the bus them new 160,000 miles. 160, 170,000 miles, and he never said that in the press conference. Make us go back to the press conference tape. Me know so that I'm not go long enough, but you know, so we have to do it. Only listen to this.
Suggested that they would pay transport operators, including bus operators, and who they described as a little man with Pro Box or AR wagon. I assume that he means AD wagon to transport our children. Well, the fact is, the average age of buses and cars in the public transportation system currently is between 14 and 18 years old. It's way above the average age of the buses which are being brought in as part of the rollout of the National Rural School Bus. Furthermore, the buses under the Rural School Bus system generally have way less mileage and a better maintenance history compared to what exists in the wider registered public transportation system. The average mileage on the buses being brought in is approximately 135,000 miles, with some having as low as 70,000 miles.
People on hear Daryl Fast get caught in a 4K again. On hear Daryl Fast get caught in a 4K again. He moved from what 70,000, between 70,000 mileage to 135, you know. Now 60,000, between 60,000 pounds. When he talked to Dean Jackson Miller, he moved from 60,000, from 70,000 to 60,000 minimum, to maximum 135,000 to 160,000 or 170,000. Which is it? Daryl Vaz, which is it? What is the real figures? You are confusing the electorate. You are confusing the public that you have a responsibility to give us cogent information. Look on some their face. Look on the general face. When you hear Daryl Vaz say 160, 170,000 miles. Look on the man's face. The man is in shock. The man cannot believe what I'm seeing and hearing. Mighty God of Daniel, people no ball out. We can't take no more.
Ball out! Whoa, we need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them all there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
You hear this? Continue.
Is from a low of 60,000 miles to a high of 160, 170,000 miles.
Another thing said this man yesterday morning. You know 60,000 to a high of 170,000 miles. You know what is 170,000 miles on a bus? Eh? Him say 135. Let me tell you this, and that's why I tell you, say lie, two dogs straight and lie all over the place. Listen back on him thing when he talk about 135. No, 160, 170,000.
You don't need a second job.
Listen me now go no further with that. Totally exposed Daryl Vaz. Totally. Him need to come clarify them statements here. Or we move from 60 minimum to 70 to 60 minimum, and from 135,000 to 160. Him not have one piece of paper in front of him with the information. I'm just saying out of him head. How make a voice like that? How him do that? How him make a mistake like that? Brethren, 60 to 70,000 is a big, like, that's 10,000 more or less, you know? Between 135 and 160, you know? A 15,000, you know? Or 25, Sharon, what's up, baby? Or 20, Dan Augusto, big up. Or 25,000 more, you know? 15,000 or 25,000 more in max. So Daryl Vaz 10 we say the average mileage for the bus them at 60,000 to 135,000. And then now until Dean Jackson Miller say 70,000, between 70,000 and 160 or 170. He doesn't know the figures. It seems, it appears he's making it out of his head. This man is the minister of government. Why is he not communicating cogent facts? And then they come and then criticize the blogger them. And we are playing your own words. You said this. Not my word. Right? I thought about say we are push propaganda. One of the biggest propaganda I see upon nationwide the other day, I couldn't believe. You not hear Andre play last night? Eh? You not hear when nationwide say about the election and when it due? I want the biggest lie tell on social media and mainstream media. Fixing their audience mind that is December election due. ABI News and I see it, me I go play it. Not right now, but me I go play it. Trust me, me I go find it. You tell me what you think about that in the comment section. Mighty God.